just want to say one thing. I know people have their sports heroes and people have like musicians. Honest to God, my obsession are dancers. I try to write it in to everything I do. I'm not a dancer, but if I can fake it for a week with a group of dancers, it's my biggest joy. Like when Ben's writing something, he's just like, okay, where do you want the dance moment? I'm like, well, I want it in a couple places. But so I just wanted to get that off my chest. This is very exciting to be here with you guys. Thanks. Now I want to tell you a little story about a fella that I think we all know. Adam Shankman grew up in the mean streets of Brentwood. He fought and he clawed his way into Juilliard without ever having taken a dance class. He has danced with Paula Abdul, Miss Janet Jackson. He's directed 26 movies, shows, specials. He's produced 28 projects. He has performed in 15 of those, choreographed 44 times, from Disenchanted to Dragula to Whitney Houston's I'm Your Baby Tonight and Hairspray. Jesus, I am exhausted just saying it. So just in case you think that was it, Adam's also written 2 books, and he's a hell of a baker. I know what you're thinking. On paper, Adam Shankman is hard to like. I mean, really incredibly difficult to root for. But between his stats is what makes Adam who he really is. Adam's sister, Jennifer, said that Adam came out of the womb dancing, which I thought was a pretty horrible image. Adam has no memories when dancing wasn't a part of him. When he was tiny, he would watch all the classic, the great old MGM musicals and copy dance numbers again and again and again. He said he loved how those numbers moved through a room and took up space, and he danced. He started gymnastics early. He said he wanted to be in the air because he wanted to know what it felt like to fly. He did high school theater and summer camp, but still no dance lessons. It just wasn't something you did. And then when Adam was 12, there was a chorus line. And he saw the first national tour, and it changed his life. He watched it and realized, that's my tribe. And in high school, all that jazz hit the theaters, and young Adam would ditch school several times a week, which seems pretty excessive, to take a bus and to go watch it. And he did the same with Fame. He studied these films, and he was hooked, but still no dance lessons. He spent valuable time at the Children's Theater Company, where he really feels like he learned to foster his creative self. And then that son of a bitch had the brass balls to audition for Juilliard and get accepted for both drama and dance. I know, what an asshole, right? Oh, God. Yeah. Adam is, I know, we're all thinking it, I'm just saying it. Adam wears a lot of hats, very successful hats. Producer, director, choreographer, but when I asked him which of these things was his favorite, he immediately said, I enjoy doing all of these things, but dancing is what I do. It's who I am. I know. He makes him less of an asshole. That's my point. In 1990, Adam danced on the Oscars, and then in 2010, he produced the Oscars, and he is the first and only person to have ever done that, with countless movies and wildly successful franchises under his belt. Well, I want you to think about this. He was actively producing the Oscars when his grandparents still offered to pay for business school because they thought he might just need a backup plan. It was pretty great. While Adam's trajectory seems astonishing, it is his work ethic, his drive, and his genuine love and passion for his art that makes him exceptional. And one of his favorite sayings is, I've never learned anything from being right. Just say yes, the best teacher is experience. And it is my delight to present the 2022 Dance Visionary Award to my dear friend and chorus boy, Adam 5678 Shankman. It's more than a crush, 'cause I'm frozen in motion, and my head tells me to stop, but my heart goes.
before I go. Oh my God, I can't believe what I've become. I'm thinking things I shouldn't think, singing songs I've never sung. Oh my God, when I see you I should run. But I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. Tells me to stop feeling feelings I feel about us. Try to fight
Adam Shankman!
My heart is hurting, it's more than a crush. Cause I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. But now I go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Melissa McCarthy. What a bitch. I meant, she's so bitchin'. And soon to be coming out as Ursula in The Little Mermaid. By the way, we talked while she was shooting, and her favorite part of making Little Mermaid was working with Rob Marshall and Joey Peasy on the dance elements, and she said she had the absolute greatest time. And it is true, and I love that I'm using my speech to talk about Melissa, because that's the only thing I know how to do. It's true. No one loves dance as much as her, which is why I was like, would you ever do it? And she was like, yes. There was like no drop. It was like, I want to be there for this community. So I am super grateful. You know, it's interesting. When I thought about, I completely left my bullet points from my speech at home, so I'm making this all up really quick, and I won't get long-winded about it, but what I am gonna say is that I am so proud to be part of this community. This community, I would have nothing. I would have accomplished nothing. I don't even know who my friends would be if it weren't for dance. And my relationship to... Okay, I was kidding. I know, it does that when I tell a lie. No, I'm kidding. I literally owe everything that I have accomplished to my relationship with the dance community. When I transitioned from being a woman to a man, but that sounded so bizarre. No, I'm sorry. When I transitioned from being a choreographer to being a choreographer director, you know, one of the things that was such a natural thing for me was that, you know, when I look at a script, I see a score. I see it as music. When I am on set with actors and a camera, I'm just moving them through space exactly the same way that I would do if I was creating a dance number. It is all dance to me. It is true. It's like I have all these different jobs, but I self-identify as a dancer first and foremost. And that can sound really corny, and Melissa made me sound so important, and I'm so not. The best things that I have ever done has been to employ dancers and to give opportunities to dancers and to create, you know, like, all of my assistants now are so much fancier than I am. It's so fucked up. Like, I have, like, my assistants were like Ann Fletcher, who just directed Hocus Pocus 2, who's my best friend, who I forced to become a director because I was feeling lonely. And I was like, I need you to do this too. And she was like, I don't want, and I was like, you're doing it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, from that was born Step Up. And then it's Jamal Sims was like one of my, and I was like, now Jamal, I'm like, bitch, you're taking all my work. Like, what's happening here? Zach Woodley, who, choreographed, who's like one of the best, and he choreographed like every episode of Glee, basically, except for the Mandy season, which was excellent as well. And Joey Peasy, who did Little Mermaid, who works with Rob Marshall and does all that. Like, these are the closest people to me, the people who understand me and have supported me the most. And all I want to do is lift them up and help them and give them more jobs. And I want this community to do the exact same things for each other. It is the most valuable thing that we have is each other. Be humble. Don't think you're more important than the thing that you're working on. Be kind to your fellows. I know it's hard, and I know when I was that guy, I was like, I know my bottom is so much higher than yours, but you're good too. And I want you to lift people up as I have in that way. What's the most valuable thing for me is if indeed I am a visionary who's stolen everything from everybody else. That is what my vision was, to rise to the top by literally copying everything I ever saw in an MGM musical. No, my vision is to have a community that works the way that the people who I love do, where we support each other and lift each other up and continue this great tradition of admiring each other and just supporting each other and being so grateful every day that we get to do this thing that we love so much. Because if you don't, you should just get out. Because it don't pay enough. So I am grateful, I am honored, I am thrilled that we are making money for cancer support and research. That is incredible. And I look forward to supporting all of you in this organization as long as you will allow me to. So thank you so much.